Hi and hello. Welcome to the lecture series of blockchain technology. Myself, M.Naveenraj, Assistant Professor, Department of CSI IoT, SNS College of Technology. So we all know that the blockchain technology is emerging technology nowadays. So for that blockchain technology, we are in the concept of mining. Okay, so the mining a block is very important in blockchain technology. The miners will get some rewards in terms of bitcoins. Okay, that we have seen. So what is mining we also seen. So for doing some mining process we need to know what is happening inside the block. So so what are the components inside the block? Okay, so then only the miners can understand how to create a new block and how to find out the previous hash value and how to mine fastly. Okay, those who are mining first, they will get reward in terms of bitcoin. So others will become a validators. Okay, for example, a competition is happening, that is for example, there are three friends. All the three friends are doing some mining process. Okay, which means all the three were taking some part of transaction from the memory pool, and they are going to validate that transaction is valid or not. That is called mining. Okay, all the three friends are going to do some validation process. Okay, that is they are so for that they will take some amount of transactions from memory pool, and they will do some checking process, the mining process in that transaction. Okay, for example, all the three were doing some mining. So the out of those three persons, those who are having a very good computers, okay, the fastest computer, the super computer, as well as they having a good graphic cards will mine first. So out of three who are doing the mining, for having the who are having the supercomputers will do the mining process first, they will get the reward. Okay, other two, so out of three-person, one will get the rewards, the one is the winner, other two will become the validator of that third person. Okay, the other two become the validator of the winner. Okay, so the winner, the other two persons will validate the transaction and find out whether any flaws or errors will be there in the transaction. Okay, so this type first for initially you have block header, you will be having the previous hash links, and also you will be having a random number, that is called nonce number. Then root has algorithm target for this particular transaction. Then you will be having block body, all the transaction details will be entered in that block body. Then you will be having a previous block hash values and the block headers. So again they will have some transaction details at the end. Okay, so this is how the block was arranged. Okay, next, how does this mining works? Okay, it's a step by step process. So first we have to collect all the pending transactions who are not yet validated. Okay, so we have to collect from the memory pool, that is called because all the transaction, for example, I am doing some transaction for my brother. Okay, for example, 1000 rupees, that transaction, and someone in the same area will do some transaction, and someone in the US or someone in the Australia will do some transaction. So all the transaction will be stored in that memory pool. Okay, so from that memory pool you have to collect the the pending transactions that is not yet validated. Okay, so that you will be collected by you. Then they will create a block. Okay, then they will find they will assign some random number for that block. So in block, it means you will be having header for body, and also you will be having some tail end, so nonce number. Every block you will be having nonce number, every block you will be having header, and every block you will be having some data transactions details. So okay, then coming to the consensus mechanism which are used for during the mining process. Okay, so the miners will do the proof of work as a consensus mechanism. What is consensus mechanism? Is nothing but validation proof. Validating proof we called as this particular transaction is valid or not, that will be checked by your proof of work mechanism. Okay, for that the miners will do some hash puzzle solving, then they will do some adjustments. Okay, so for creating a block it takes almost 10 minutes for Bitcoin. Okay, so then you will be having some security benefits also during this proof of work will give you the security mechanism, so that nobody will go do some alterations. Okay, nobody is doing some any alteration in your block. Okay, if they do the alterations, that will be intimated to another block. So because all the blocks are connected together, so that if you do any changes in one particular block, that will be intimated to every block, so that the copies for that of the every transaction will be given to all the blocks. So even the hackers do some changes in the first block, the other block will have the correct data, so that you can compare and tell which one is a correct transaction or valid not valid transaction. So this helps the proof of works mechanism in your blockchain technology.